Hey Mepham, welcome back to the Midweek Update.
This week, we take a look at the school and community, leadership class, public speaking, another collaboration, and a short film.
This and more as we take a look at what's going on this week on the Midweek Update. I'm Ryan Marr.
And I'm Soel, and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
Hey Steven, I love school.
So do I, but what does that have to do with us filming right now?
You learn so much in every single class you take.
Yes, there's math, English, science, and more, but I'm so confused why you brought this up.
As much as I love all the core classes, I love hearing about different electives.
Me too. Do we get to tell everyone about one today?
Not just one, two.
Wow, then can we just tell them already and not wait?
Yes, but I'm practicing one of those classes right now.
What class would that be?
Public speaking.
I heard that so many people love it, but I don't know what you do in that class besides just talking.
B&B's Joseph Prendamano took a deeper dive into this elective.
Public speaking is a common fear among students around the globe, and Mepham High School is not different. 75% of Americans struggle with public speaking. Miss Malone is a Mepham public speaking teacher hoping to change that.
So they learn all different ways to communicate, from the very simple handshake to when you're in a conversation with someone, listening to what they're saying to you so that you can repeat it back to them and you can hold on to that information. But then they learn how to give more advanced speeches where they're speaking in front of the room. They'll do partner work, they'll do group work, all different ways so that they're feeling more comfortable getting in front of people.
Public speaking is a needed skill for people in life, though, and many students recognize that when they decide to take the class.
I'm interested in taking public speaking because I think it's really useful for the future. Like, you're gonna run into a scenario where you need to speak in front of a group of people, whether it's 4 people, 5 people, 100 people. Like, there's gonna be that moment in your life where you're gonna need to know how to do that.
Many students feel they have improved their public speaking skills tremendously and have gotten rid of their fears of speaking publicly after taking this class.
Yes, in the beginning of the course, they take a confidence survey, and a lot of them at a scale of 1 to 5 are around like a 2 or a 3, where they don't even like raising their hand in class. And by the end of the course, they give them that again. And a lot of them are now approaching that 4s and 5s area, where they feel like given a situation where they have to speak, or even a situation where they'll volunteer to speak, they're more inclined to do it.
Many students see the class's importance when it comes to their future careers and college opportunities.
Me going to college next year, I think it's a very good opportunity, especially if I'm pretty sure you have to take this class in most colleges, and I think it'll definitely benefit people who are very shy and aren't able to speak in front of big crowds.
The public speaking class at Mepham has won the approval of parents who have experienced the importance of public speaking firsthand.
I think public speaking, no matter what profession you go into, is a great skill to have, whether it's personally, professionally, socially. Just being able to speak and be confident in front of people, I think, is a great skill.
The public speaking class at Mepham High School is great if you are afraid of public speaking and will likely help you learn a useful skill that will help you for years to come. For B&B, I'm Joseph Prendamano.
Thanks, Joseph. I really want to take that class. It would really help me in B&B.
Now you see why I was practicing before. You have to become a good leader.
Thanks, Ryan.
Of course, there's a class to help us become even better.
I think there's a class for everything here at Mepham.
Sure seems like it. It was so hard to pick what classes to take next year.
You taking leadership?
I actually am. And for those who want to learn more about it, Brianna Goodman took a trip to that class.
You know, all even pages, and you're going to...
In an average school day, it's typical for students to sit and listen to their teachers in order to prepare for their unit exams. However, in the leadership class, it's quite unique.
I think the relationship that the students get to form with Miss Geller, it's not a formal class setting where you're, having daily lessons and homework. It's really sort of a life skills class to teach you the tools to be a leader.
Leadership class has been running for years at Mepham High School and teaches students what it takes to be a leader.
We never know what anybody else is going through, so always lead with kindness and really give people the benefit of the doubt and give them grace. And if you see somebody that is in need, whether it's big or small, financially, emotionally, mentally, that you stop what you're doing and actually help.
Not only does a leadership class help the Mepham community in numerous ways, but the leadership students also work together to enhance the Bellmore-Merrick community.
We do a lot of community service. We make cards for veterans on like Thanksgiving and Christmas. We send out presents for kids in hospitals. We adopted a family this year, and we basically got assigned like a kid in the family or an adult, and we got them all gifts and stuff that they would need.
Leadership has been a crucial part in bringing back big events that the Mepham community knows and loves. Over the course of 2021 and 2022, they've hosted Fall Fest, Trunk or Treat, and more, even including the upcoming events that are happening in 2023.
This class, it's more like a family rather than a classroom scene, because even though a lot of the people in this class are very, very different from each other, we all end up coming together to work together on, again, these projects. We all know a lot about each other, and it's really nice because it feels like a family rather than a class.
Overall, leadership prepares students for life and helps them learn more about themselves.
It kind of doesn't matter, like your social status in high school doesn't really matter in order to like go somewhere in life. You just have to like be yourself and don't be like afraid to be there for others. Like just because you're not friends with someone doesn't mean that like it's not okay to just like not like, doesn't mean you don't have to check in on them. You're, like you could still check in on anybody in your life.
That's all from me. For BNB, I'm Brianna Goodman.
That class seems so interesting. Everyone seems to love it.
Something else I love is hearing from our B&B reporters about events all around the district.
Wait, there's an event this week?
Yeah, it's with our friends at Cougar TV.
I need to know more. Jake Mano, tell us about the event.
Thanks, Stephen. I'm Jake Mano, inside an empty B&B studio while we're filming Kennedy's own Jam the Gym, but our control room is buzzing. A lot is going on as it is the first night of Kennedy's girls basketball homecoming game and their senior night. Jam the Gym is one of their biggest events and everyone's excited for it as it's a very close game now, and I think it's going to be a great one to turn out. But make sure you check that out that we filmed yesterday. On Friday, the boys' senior night will be also up on B&B's YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. But from B&B, I've been Jake Mano here while we've been filming Kennedy's first part of Jam the Gym.
That looks like so much fun, and I want to go on Friday.
That is a sports game for Kennedy, but we do a lot going on here at Mepham. Here's B&B's Makayla Daube with your sports report.
Stephen, with the end of the winter sports season approaching, many of our Pirates team's playoff seasons are on the horizon. Last Friday, the girls basketball team hosted Jericho on their senior night, where we took the win with a score of 58-16, furthering our record to 7-4 in conference. On Saturday, the BMCHSD bowling team finished their season at Counties. Congratulations to all of the bowlers on a great season. Also this past Saturday, the boys track team, specifically the 4x200 relay, went to the Ocean Breeze Invitational and hit the state standard with the 134.02 and will be competing in the county championship on Thursday. On Sunday, the Kickland team attended NDA regionals and placed first in the kick, palm, and team competitions and became the regional champions for the highest scoring routine. Way to go, ladies. Last night, the boys basketball team hosted Great Neck South in their final game of the season. Best of wishes to all of the seniors on this team. Also last night, the girls basketball team traveled to Great Neck South in their final game before playoffs begin. Make sure to tune into the B&B morning announcements to find out when and where our first playoff game will be. Last but not least, the Bulldogs had their quarterfinal game yesterday against Roslyn. That's all for me. I'm Makayla Daube. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Good luck at your game, Makayla, and to everyone else with upcoming games.
We here at B&B love sports, but I also love our short films.
We have some pretty incredible filmmakers here.
Here's Matthew Natof to introduce your next segment.
Thanks, Stephen. A couple weeks ago, a group of B&Bers came together to make an incredible short film in just 6 hours. It's full of mystery, interrogation, and I don't want to say too much, so let's just roll it.
I assume we should skip the formalities. You know why you're here, you know why I'm here. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I'm afraid there are some considerable accusations that lay at your feet. Personally, I'm not such a big fan of the space that they put us in here. I find it too contained. I'd like to show you something elsewhere. Please join me. Have a seat. This room you may or may not recognize as the scene of the crime, where poor Olivia plummeted to her untimely demise just out that window. Recognize this?
It's a baseball.
Turn it over. Something familiar, no? Ah, so there it is. That ball was found at the scene of the crime just hours later.
Sir.
Your baseball coach said you were half an hour late for practice that day. Would you mind telling me where you were?
I was there.
Oh, cut the malarkey. I know it was you. I knew it was you before they brought you in. And I just want to know why. Why would you push that poor girl out the window? What did you gain?
Fine. Do you want to know why I did it? No one ever liked her. I did everyone a favor, and this is what I get in return? Go ahead. Cuff me.
You people disgust me. You horrible, no good, selfish delinquents. So used to getting your own way that you can't stand when someone gets in the way of that. We're in the middle of a storm, but the eye is near. The eye.
Wow, that is incredible for having such a tight time frame. I can't wait to see more films soon enough. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Natof. And don't worry, you don't have to wait too long to see more films.
Our Love Story Film Fest for Valentine's Day is coming out before you know it.
I cannot wait, and you'll get to see me in one of them.
And of course, you'll see me with Jacob in mine.
That is always my favorite part. Until then, I'm Ryan Marr.
And I'm Stephen Soel, and we'll see you all next midweek.